Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are fervently pushing the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to all the sincere believers. Now, this lesson is primarily going to be based on James 4 and 9. So, through the Spirit, I pray that you're edified. Said James 4 and 9, be afflicted and mourn and weep. Let your laughter be turned to mourning and your joy to heaviness. And that's exactly what's happening in this day and age. A lot of people are mourning and weeping because of all the judgments that are taking place. Like, you have a lot of people who have lost their homes, a lot of people who have lost their jobs, a lot of people who have lost some loved ones, some family members, friends. And as the days go by and the judgments of the Lord increase, there's going to be a lot more people that are left mourning and weeping. There are going to be more people that are getting afflicted by the Lord through his judgments. Like it says, let your laughter be turned to mourning and your joy to heaviness. And we see that play out a lot. People, they'll be at a concert, they'll be at a sporting event, they'll be at a birthday party, a graduation, a cookout, and the Lord will bring judgment. And in an instant, it goes from everybody having fun and laughing and being joyful to everyone being scared and mourning and weeping and screaming and crying. And the men of the Lord, starting of course with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, for decades have been saying that these times were going to come where it was just going to be non-stop affliction, non-stop judgment, non-stop chaos, non-stop mourning and weeping and misery. And that's the times that we're in. And it's getting to the point where even these wicked people are starting to acknowledge it. They're starting to acknowledge that it seems like every time you turn around, judgment is taking place. Whether it's a shooting, a stabbing, a plane crash, helicopter crash, a train gets derailed, a lightning storm, a hailstorm, a flash flood, a tornado, a hurricane, a tropical storm, an earthquake, a wildfire. Like it's always something. And it's just happening so often all throughout the world. This is the Lord afflicting these people, bringing judgment upon them. And these judgments are not going to stop. Isaiah 48:22. There is no peace, saith the Lord Yahweh, unto the wicked. And that's right. There is no peace unto these wicked people. So all the fun, all the joy, all the mirth, all the laughter, it's all coming to an end. You have a lot of bars, a lot of clubs that are shutting down, a lot of amusement parks that are shutting down, because the Lord ultimately is shutting down America. He's shutting down Esau the so-called self-proclaimed white man wherever he dwells. And shutting down Esau means shutting down all of these wicked societies where Esau is ruling. So there's about to be a whole lot of chaos that's taking place. Like it says in 2nd Ezra 8:50, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. So we can expect there to be mass power outages, civil wars, race wars, more protests, more riots, martial law, just more and more drama and chaos. And all of these wicked people with whom the Lord is angry with, He is not going to hear their prayers when they start crying, when all hell breaks loose. Because best believe that's what's going to happen. These people are playing around. They think it's all fun and games. They think it's a joke. But once the Lord really opens the floodgates, and I mean that figuratively, but also literally, as we saw in Central Texas, when the Lord opens those floodgates, then everybody wants to get right. Then everybody wants to turn to the Lord. But it's like, nah, y'all have to eat that judgment because y'all pissed off the Lord. You provoked Him unto wrath, and now you have to reap what you've sown. Psalm 7 and 11. Yahweh judgeth the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. And that's right. The Heavenly Father is angry with the wicked every day. That's why every day men, women, and children get wounded and killed. Because that's the anger of the Lord. These people really thought that they could just run around being as wild and as wicked and as evil as they wanted to be, and that there would be no punishment for that, that there would be no consequences for that. But now they're experiencing those consequences, and those consequences are going to keep coming. First Peter 3 and 12, for the eyes of the Lord are over the righteous, and His ears are open unto their prayers. But the face of the Lord is against them that do evil. And that's majority of the people out here. Majority of the people out here are doing evil. They're being wicked. They're angering the Lord, provoking Him unto wrath. And the face of the Lord is against them. And that's why the Lord is just unleashing judgments upon the earth, so that He can punish these wicked people. Proverbs 22 and 3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. And majority of people out here are simple. They're simple, they're evil, they're wicked, and the Lord is going to punish them in whatever way He sees fit. And there is a massive laundry list of ways in which the Lord can and will punish these wicked people. And those of us of the hopeful elect, we have to see these things, and it reminds us why we have to fear the Lord, because we don't want to get caught up in these judgments. We don't want the Lord to look at us the way He looks at these wicked people. Proverbs 19:23. The fear of the Lord Yahweh tendeth to life, and he that hath it shall abide satisfied. He shall not be visited with evil. That's right. So if those of us of the hopeful elect continue to fear the Lord and to move with that fear, like live our life with the fear of the Lord in mind, then we're going to be satisfied. We're going to be taken care of and protected in these last days. Meanwhile, all of these wicked people who clearly don't fear the Lord, they're going to be visited with evil. Evil, many great miseries, sore strokes, great affliction. That's what's going to befall them. Because like I said earlier, they have to reap what they've sown. They thought it was all fun and games, and the Lord was never playing with them. And now they have to find that out the hard way. And the thing is, they can't say that nobody warned them, because of the men of the Lord, starting with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, have warned them and are still warning them to this day. But those whom the Lord doesn't want to protect, those whom the Lord has already given up to wickedness, those people are going to get destroyed. There is no getting right for them. And for 2/3 of our people, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, there's no getting right for them on this side. But they're going to die on this side, and then they're going to be brought back in the kingdom, and they'll be righteous then. But 2/3 of our people have to die the death of the heathen. The Lord is going to take one last major swing against his own people. But after that, after America gets destroyed and the kingdom of heaven gets established, and these Edomites and these other nations are in chains where they belong, and the 2/3 of our people that get destroyed on this side get brought back in the kingdom, the 2/3, they're not going to be 2/3 anymore. They're going to be all right. But on this side, they're going to have to die because they're just too far gone. They're too wicked. There is no talking to them. And that's just what the will of the Lord is. And those of us of the Hope Elect, we have to accept that if you haven't already. Your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your uncle, your aunt, your grandparents, your best friends in the world, all of them could be 2/3. The Lord could be preparing to wipe all of them out. And there's nothing you can do to stop that. And you shouldn't want to stop it. You should want whoever the Lord deems to be wicked to get what's coming to them, regardless of how close you are to that person, regardless of your feelings towards them. If the Lord is not going to pull them out of that wickedness on this side and bring them into the faith, then they're going to have to die. And yeah, I get it. That's a hard pill to swallow. That's a hard reality to live in. But that is what it is. And the best thing that you can do is pray to the Lord and just ask that he keep a very strong spirit on you. So no matter what happens, no matter who you may lose, that you still stand strong in this faith. And you just keep pushing. Because our ultimate goal is to be saved, to endure unto the end and be saved out of Wan Ratazar. Like I said, we don't want to die down here with these wicked people. We got to just stay in this faith. There is no other option. there is no turning back to the way we used to be when we were in the world, because that just ends with destruction. None of these wicked people are just going to ride off into the sunset. The Lord has a time limit on the life of these people, and they're getting very close to that time running out. And when it does run out, the Lord is going to take them out, and that'll be that. So, like I've been saying, we can expect to see a lot more judgments that are resulting in people getting wounded and killed. But we have to keep in mind that this has to happen. These people have provoked the Lord unto wrath, and now they have to receive their punishment. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. The Wadi Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to our brothers who are fervently pushing the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to all the sincere believers. Hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up. Adawan Ratazah. Till next time, Shalom.